Hey, it's Pastor Ray here in the sanctuary of First United Methodist Church of Claremore. I'm so grateful to have a relationship with God, and if you have a relationship with God, I'm sure you feel the same way. Sometimes people ask me, well, how do you know God, and how do you know that you belong to God? What kind of evidence do you have for that? Well, I think about the same kind of evidence I have for being married. Sometimes people ask me, are you married? And I'll say, well, sure, I'm married. How do you know? Well, I've got an experience. Back several years ago, I was married. I had a wedding, and I've got a wedding ring still today that reminds me that I'm married. I have a document somewhere in the house called a marriage license that reminds me that indeed I'm married. And of course I have my ongoing experience with my wife Kathy. We've already had a conversation today and had some prayer together and even texted one another on the phone. In the same way, I know I've got a relationship with Christ, and even when I begin to doubt it, I can remember that experience I had at baptism. I remember the water of baptism and how God claimed me and washed away my sins. And that's something for me to continue to remember, that important experience. There's a document that reminds me of my relationship with God too. It's called the Bible. And when I read the Bible, I read passages like 1 John 3:1 that says, see what love the Father has given us, that we should be called the children of God. And that's not just what we're called, that is who we are. And I'm reminded that I do indeed belong to God. And then of course I have that ongoing experience with the Lord. I've already talked with the Lord today. He and I have had some prayer time together, and I expect Him to be with me throughout every experience this day. If you're a person of faith, you can know that Christ is with you, that you belong to God, and God's going to stay with you throughout every experience this day. We're going to talk about that confidence and assurance of our faith this coming Sunday. And if you don't know that yet, you're invited to come and explore and think about the Creator's great invitation to you to become a child of God. I hope to see you Sunday. Bye.